Peace. Today this topic was heavy on my heart, so I wanted to share um this concept that I was just dealing with and just kind of just kind of just going through in my within myself with, and it's basically is rejection. And I wanna build on rejection on more of a metaphysical level. You know what I'm saying? More a deeper level than just what we just know it to be. You know what I'm saying? And we know rejection is something um, when someone kind of turns us away, denies us, tells us no, whatever the case may be. We understand rejection is that. But more than that, rejection is when an individual is not dealing with reality as it is. You know what I'm saying? So when the individual rejects reality as it is and only sees their outcome, you know what I'm saying? They only see how they see it. You know what I'm saying? How things they believe things should turn around to be should be. So um imagine that, you are you want to be with someone and that person rejects you. But more than that, you have rejected the reality of the situation of knowing that that person is not really into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just tell based on how that person is moving, how they're behaving, how they are, you know, responding to you, that they're not really into you. But in your mind, you believe that that person is into you until they tell you that they're not, until they reject you. Now you're distraught. You know what I'm saying? This is for people, mainly for people who are sensitive or hypersensitive to rejection. You know what I'm saying? Um, so when somebody is hypersensitive to rejection or sensitive to rejection, they tend to have a hard time dealing with reality. They have a hard time dealing with reality as it is. They're what I call they more into the mystical, magical. They believe they are detached from how things really are, and they have created this whole thing in their mind of how it's supposed to be. Like even with myself, I was someone who was very sensitive to rejection. Like my first experience with rejection, as crazy as it may sound, was even before I came out my mother's womb. My father didn't want anything to do with my mother or me, and so he wasn't around. I didn't meet my father for the first time until 2014. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know, well into my 30s, and he I had found him. I found out about him. Up until then, I had known nothing about him. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video. But when I met him for the first time, it was also the last time I seen him because he had then rejected me again. But it's interestingly enough, I didn't necessarily have an issue with the rejection that he, because I didn't have any expectations. I didn't have any idea of the way the situation was supposed to be. I didn't expect him to, be in my life. I didn't have any of these things. I think that it was more of an existential, excuse me, it was more of an existential effect of between like a son not having his father in his life, and that's how it affected me. Um, and I mean, and I've throughout the years, I've gotten therapy. I've gone to therapy. I've been able to talk about it. I've been able to, heal that part of me. You know what I'm saying? That situation. So I can be able to move forward. But ultimately, like say with rejection, um, as far as people just dealing with the mystical, magical, One of the ideas that, from more of a Christian standpoint, when you have Cain and Abel, Cain kills his brother because God chose Abel, and Canaan, excuse me, not Canaan, I'm thinking about the TV show, but Cain, he, in his mind, thought that he should have been chosen. He was the chosen one. He should have been the more of the favored, um, of between him and his brother. But that was his mystical magical. That was his, just kind of just warped reality. But the reality was that, God had made his choice. And because he made his choice, you know, Cain Cain responded by, or reacted by, killing his brother, because it was one of those situations where, if I, you hear these, crimes of passion. If I can't have it, if I can't have you, nobody can. So, he was just like, if I don't got it, he ain't getting it, and I'll kill my brother for it. And we see so many different situations where people lose touch of the reality of the situation, and then they end up regretting their reaction to, um, things not working out the way that they want. And I speak from firsthand, situations that I've put myself in, and luckily I'm still here to be able to talk to you and share this video. Um, but yeah, and so, moving forward, one of the ways I feel like we work through rejection is that we have to focus more on the process and not the outcome. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's important that we focus on the process, because the process is what we can control. We can't necessarily control the outcome. We can create, um, we can put the energy in and do things to better our odds, for the outcome that we may want. But ultimately, the only thing that we can control is our efforts. We can just control the process. This is why they say trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Trust the process. You have to focus on the process. So even when we're trying to manifest or actualize things in life, it's important that we focus more on the process than we do on the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we might be putting all of this energy into wanting a certain type of outcome, but it doesn't happen the way we want. But sometimes the way it happens may sometimes be better for us than you know they may be better for us than what we want. You know what I'm saying? Which is then another, I guess another Christian saying, that that you hear is like, rejection is God's protection. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, the way, especially when we put our all into something, and when things work, when that doesn't necessarily work out the way we want, we become, distraught. But the way it worked out was a better opportunity. You know what I mean? Because it may have put us in another situation that, ultimately, like, just kind of leads us towards our calling. It's always going to it's always going to lead us to our calling. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's how the universe works. The universe is always conspiring in your favor. Um, so just focus on the process. You know what I'm saying? Control your efforts, accept the outcome. You know what I'm saying? So when you feel like there are moments where you might feel rejected, remember that, it's not about, your perception of the matter. It's about it's about the reality, and all of the elements involved. You know what I'm saying? That's what, it's really about. It's really about the bigger picture. It's not just about your picture. You know what I'm saying? About the picture that you created in your mind's eye, and in your mind's eye, like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. Because then it doesn't work out like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, you're not really dealing with reality. And so we want to be able to kind of just focus on the process. Put your energy into a process. Visualize the process. Visualize like you may want a certain thing, but visualize putting in the energy and doing the things or taking the certain steps that you have to take to ultimately get to that. But remove yourself or release the outcome. Release, you know what I mean? Just accept what the outcome is, because again, you don't have any control over that. You know what I'm saying? So um, this is a quick video. I'm not gonna just stay long, but if you have any comments, please leave your comments. If I missed anything, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box. And share your perspective. If you agree, if you disagree, if you like, if you think this is some great information, you share this video, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be around to kind of put out more thoughts and knowledge and with that things that just come to my mind. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Peace.